Hey everybody, Peanut the Lister here for Lister Games with a brand new series for you called Should You List It? Where we're going to take games that I complete for the list and just do a quick 5-minute breakdown on some of the highlights of it and see if it's something that I think you guys should play. And we'll start with a classic, the actual pretty much original game in the survival horror genre, Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1. So, quick little 2-minute thing on what this game is. So, you are stuck in a mansion that is filled with zombies and other pretty horrifying things, and you're just trying to uncover the story of why you're there, how did you get there, why is all this stuff going on, so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of Resident Evil. It's pretty iconic at this point. A new version of the game comes out here in a couple months, Resident Evil Village, which we will also probably do one of these videos for. So let's jump right in. So there's 4 categories that we're going to look at here quick. There's the story, the graphics, the controls, and the replay factor. So jumping right into the story, kind of where I started with this video. You are in a mansion. You are a member of like an elite police force team called STARS. And you and your buddies are trying to figure out what's going on with this mansion. There's zombies in it. They're eating your friends, all that type of stuff. It does kind of have some horrible dialogue, I guess would be a good way to put it. Some very iconic, what is this, type scenes going on in there. Pretty bad voice acting, but very laughable. I just played through this again just last week, so pretty fresh in my mind how bad that is, pretty much from start to finish. But overall, the story is interesting. It's played out a little differently than some of your modern games. They really like to add to the story through little journals and little notes that you kind of pick up throughout the game that give you a little bit of insight into what some of the other characters that you never meet are thinking and what's going on as far as the story goes. Graphics and sound. It's a PS1 game, guys. They did remake this in, I believe it's 2004, originally for the GameCube. Somebody can hit me in the comments if I'm wrong there. I know I played the remaster, the HD remaster, on Xbox One here probably about 6 months ago. But the graphics hold up pretty well. They're polygon-y, kind of think Tomb Raider, that type of thing. It doesn't look amazing, but it's still very playable here in 2021. Sound, game does a great job with sound. From walking up and down stairs to opening and closing doors to the moans and groans of the zombies and the footsteps of the hunters later in the game, all the way to just the music. Very eerie music, very thematic, works very well with the game. Controls. The controls are not good. If you've heard the term tank controls, kind of where you control which way your character's facing and then you can kind of walk forward and backward, this game was one of the pioneers of that. That's what the first few games on the PlayStation really kind of had going for them, I guess you could say. I know this video is a little weird, but I'm kind of doing this off the cuff. I got a little mini script on the screen behind the camera, and I'm trying to go off that. So any tips, any ideas, leave them in the comments, but we'll keep going. Controls, I would give it a bad grade for controls. Replay factor. The director's cut, in which I just did my recent playthrough, does have a new game plus mode. Also, there are 2 different characters, Chris and, why can't I remember her name? Jill. So 2 fairly different stories, fairly different paths, different inventories, that type of stuff, different weapons. So definitely a lot of replay value there for somebody that wants to kind of see everything involved in the game. Yeah. Score. What would I score this? Actually, I think I closed that, but you know what? We're going to look it up. It's my video. We can totally look this up. It is on our sheets. We're going to look here. Resident Evil. Got a... Before you eviscerate me in the comments, I finish a lot of games, so give me a break if I can't remember what every game scores. It scored a 5.4 which for the list we use a 10-point scale, so 5.4 is very slightly above average. So down to the final question. Should you list it? I think with my nostalgia blinders on, yes. You should definitely at least play through this game one time. It does have an easy mode, so you will make it through it pretty quickly. I think it's always good for everyone to experience where a lot of the genres and tropes that we like in new games come from. So, yeah, that was my quick should you list it for Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1. Hopefully this series kind of takes off. Maybe I'll do a little bit better of a video next time and not stutter so much. But I wanted to get something on camera. I haven't made a video in a couple weeks, as you guys can tell. So we're going to go with this. We're going to post it. We're going to edit some video and some screenshots in there so you guys understand what I'm talking about. And we're going to go from there. So in closing, I appreciate everybody that watches the Lister game videos. If you're new here, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you like what you saw. Otherwise, appreciate it. Thanks for watching.